Oh, it's on. Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And Miss, thank you so much for the support that you showed me on my previous video and everything, all the nice comments, everything. And I just want to say thank you. I don't take anything for granted, you know. Thank you so much. Oh my god. It's been a minute since I was up here. You know, the last time I was up here I was like 2018. You know, I also feel like I've stayed, but I've just been having so much going on, so much ups and downs until every time I just want to shoot. I have to not have that time, but guess who has the time? And it's a beautiful day. I'm positive. So yeah, I'm here to talk about how adulthood can be shocking. How adulthood shocked me. It shook me and I was just shocked. Let me tell you something, guys.
Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Wait.
If you know what I'm saying, comment in the section below. And I just wanted to discuss this because of someone out there who will in the future experience adulting or who has already experienced adulting, just so that you can know, am I the only one? I don't think so. Let's go and find out the challenges of being an adult and how, like, when did you know you were an adult? You know? Okay, guys, let's get into the video. So the first thing is, first of all, when you have first things, the thing is when you knew you were a grown-up, or how adulthood has shown you, has taken you to the streets. So me, my first one is when I had to buy my own things. Whoa, I was like, girl, you're actually so expensive, bro. Who's gonna afford that? Who's gonna buy? So my own things, I mean like everything, like, okay, let's say my own things, I mean like my clothes, I mean my phone, I mean like a lot of stuff, my oil, my face skincare and everything, that's my own stuff. So when I grew up, when I became an adult, when this adulthood life actually I started living it, buying my own stuff, I really found it really expensive, because when you add one pair of shoe plus one pair of jeans plus, let's say, one jacket of leather jacket, and let's say all those, they go high up above the margin, just like, no. So tell me, have you ever experienced something like that? It's just me? Because I'm just telling you, like, I started knowing, yeah, kumbe things are expensive. As in, kumbe there's a life to afford out here. I'm like, okay, getting sick. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. When you get sick, imagine you have to take yourself to hospital. There's no car waiting for you downstairs. In the car. Go see the doctor. So you can even go to the hospital with pajamas, like when you are under your parents. Me, when I was under my parents, yeah. It's like, when I used to get sick, if I could get sick, they'd take me to hospital and I'd obviously be driven there, and then I'd even go with like sweatpants because I'm so comfortable. When you have your own transport, it's just we'll come to that. So and then when you were with your parents, hospital, you didn't even know how much it is. You just go register and all that, and after you've registered, caring about yourself. I'm talking about like balanced diet. It's you. Like, there's a time I used to go to work at like mostly afternoon shift, and afternoon shift, if you work in a hospitality environment, or you know what I'm saying. So afternoon shifts are like from 3 p.m. to like 10 p.m. So you find that I used to go to work at that time, and then I used to walk. Before now I go to work, as in before I get to the mat and everything, there's a walk I used to do. And you can imagine, it's like It's what time? It's one something because you have to leave earlier, right? So the sun is hot, so it's just burning me like, guy. And I'm just like, Lord, please, your girl needs a cab. Your girl needs a car, you know? And if you want me to get a car, subscribe, hit the subscription button. Please, just, just hit it. So anyway, this is a story about taking care of yourself. So I used to go to work at like lunchtime, and by the time I'm leaving the house at 1:40, I haven't even done much because in the morning I just took breakfast and rested because that's the only time you get to rest, and then you go for 8 hours shift. So obviously I won't start cooking lunch. I don't know who's like me, but like cooking is mission. It's like work. So what that time I'm just resting. I don't want to work because I like what it's a lot. As in it's a lot. So I end up just eating breakfast and then I'll eat lunch later. So when I get to work, you find that inside, because now it's in the afternoon, the kitchen is so hot and everything, and then you find that like I don't know, it's just me, but I like air. I like fresh air. Need the air because there's a way I just start feeling dizzy or like my head will just start aching for a weird reason. You know, I'll start getting migraines and stuff like that. So when I started having these migraines. I was having migraines now and then. I'm wondering what's up. When I went to the doctor, he's like, well, girl, you need to eat a lot of greens. When is the last time you ate greens? When is the last time you ate fruits? Because it has something to do with the blood increasement and something etc. Long story short, you have to take care of yourself. So that time you need to eat. You need to make sure you eat every meal. By meal I mean breakfast, lunch, and supper. And it's a lot of work. No one is gonna decide for you. You see, like home, you wake up to breakfast, you eat, you go lunch. You just go and eat lunch. Supper, you just go and eat. When you're an adult, you're the one who is in charge of all that. And trust me, it can actually be tiresome because you're like, I can't figure out what to eat for myself every day of my life. 365 days. They have left all those days for me to just figure out what I'm gonna eat. At breakfast, lunch, it's a bit too much. So that's one thing. Another thing that you have to deal with when you're an adult. So just get ready, or just like the army, have weapons so that when these challenges come your way, you just know how to fight them. You know. Yes, that's why this video is here for you, and you should hit the subscription button below, right? The other thing is public transport. I don't want to talk a lot, but my point is there's a difference between public transport and having your own transport. It doesn't matter whether it's a nduthi, or it's a cab, or it's just not a matatu. I'm telling you something. You know, a lot of my friends, they're like, when should we link? When should we hang out? And I'm like, never, bro. Because I'm like, if you're calling me out to go somewhere, this is when I'm an adult, right? I'm thinking about the expenses. The moment I leave that house is cost. The moment I go, and then it's public transport. So it's a lot of missions. Public transport, you find like a place for 30 minutes, you can even use 2 hours. And baby girl, it's not every day you will Uber to like work. You know, it's not every day you will nduthi. Because babu, like for me, nduthi from my place to work is about 300 bob. So you know, and you go every day and come back. So let's say, give or take, if you're using nduthi and that's like Uber, that's like the cheap means, right? It's 600 a day. Who's gonna afford 600 a day? Kwani you're in. But you know, if you can afford, well, it's good for you. Good for you. So yeah, that's another thing you have to deal with, public transport. And it's not fun. Me personally, I would rather stay in the house. I'd rather stay in the house than just go out there to just, I feel like it's a lot. I just feel like, it's a lot. And I'm not just saying it just to say it, for real. And that's why you tend to, if you're my friend and you've ever asked me to go out and I refused, or like just bailed, just know that's the reason. I just don't like missions. And I just feel like public transport is a lot of missions. So you either work hard, you buy your own car, or you get your own car, or you Uber, whichever. But that's another thing that you have to deal with every day of your life. Okay, and there's a lot that comes with the matatu. There's a lot. Mara conductor aende msimame mahali, you're getting late to work, and you can't tell them ati oh apana harakisha. They'll be like shuka uende utafute gari yako. You know, it's just a lot. Somewhere for 10 minutes you go with like 20 the least. Sometimes you can even go with an hour. Apana, imagine, it's just like way kumbe, this is adulthood, this is what they mean, this is what they mean, you know. Another thing is I don't even know why I didn't start with this. Bills. 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 Where? So when I was a kid, I had this mentality for when I grow up and I get employed, me, there's no one who's gonna like me, I'm never gonna borrow money, like I'm just gonna be paying my rent. I says shindwa, you know. But it's until I got to the ground and it's like, wait, kumbe, it's ghetto like that. Like, chill, hold up. First of all, you get your salary. I know so many people can relate. I know there are some baby girls of mine who are still in this game, and I know they can relate. You know, baby girl, if you're watching me, just know you're not alone in this, and you're gonna make it, right? So I hit that button. So yeah, and you salary comes. When salary comes, you pay the rent. Okay, there is water bills, there is electricity, and then that's just the bills. And then if you have Wi-Fi router, there is Wi-Fi. Those are just bills. And I'm talking about these bills. If you know, I can't, there's no need even for me to mention the averagely, roughly, you know. So those are bills to pay, and that's constant. So you find that when you get your salary and you pay the bills, you remain with survival money for the month. Unless you have a good job and that pays you way over, that you can sort your bills and have extra, you know. Oh, and then kidogo kidogo, gas imesema, you know what, today I'm dead, and it's gas is like ati gas is 2,000 bob these days. See, I thought gas was 700 bob. What happened? And how comes? Is it just me, or how comes when we are adults, when I am an adult, is when everything is hyping up? Why? We are gonna get to that. So that was the point for bills. Oh, health insurance is also a bill that is cut from your salary. So you find that when bills are just cut, just bills, just shelter, water, electricity, and Wi-Fi, bro, the money that you're remaining with, bro, is just like, manze, nishukishe, Mr. Kikukwa adult, bye, as in, nishukishe. See, I was not going there. Please. Okay, I changed my angle because I can do what I want because I'm an adult. What are you gonna tell me? So another thing is having a budget, and I mean, you remember when you are in? I'm the only one, because I remember when I was in high school or college on campus, there's a way I used to write the shopping list down and budget. That's the budget that I'm talking about, that I used to write everything I need. Oil, I'd actually be, as in those things would appear. So now when you're an adult, just know everything is you. So I'm talking about budget for unga, rice, sabuni, mafta, that's cooking oil. If you're watching me from abroad, you know, it's cooking oil. Mafuta is cooking oil. And then there is everything. Just know, just as in take it briefly. If it's breakfast, what do you need for breakfast? Just figure it. You need bread, you need chocolate or coffee, you need milk. But 1000 bob can only buy like 4 items in a supermarket at this time. 4, and that's like just Kai. Just a baby.
I'm just a baby.
But you still had to say, okay, mom.
I'm just a baby.
Why? So I go to the supermarket and find 1 kilo of rice is 200. Where, as in,